Out in my garden, it's a lovely place to go. Out in my garden, watching nature grow. My garden is the place I go to let my troubles go. So let's go in the garden and see what we should know.
Ken Neitzert in the garden, brought to you by Neitzert's Greenhouse and Florist. And we're getting to probably the most fun time of the year for gardeners. We're getting into harvest season coming up here.
Yeah, just about everything in the garden, if you planted it when you first could, everything's starting to come around. I'm picking some cantaloupes. Picked my first cantaloupe the other day.
Tomatoes are starting
Tomatoes
to go around.
are there. Peppers, sweet corn as well on It's in the middle of its being ready.
And we've had some really good sweet corn this year.
Yep.
We've picked up from different areas. So
I had 4 years off of my patch the other day. It's a little young yet. I'm guessing maybe the weekend. The first batch I had looked really nice, and the raccoons thought so too. So they stripped every freaking ear off of there, and I got absolutely none off of that batch. So if you see fat coons around over on Fisk Road, you know why. They plumped up on sweet corn.
yeah, they're sending a thank you note to Kent.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. So,
But I thought we'd talk a little bit about peaches today because peaches, I always think of the Branch County Fair and peaches because that's about the time the peaches come in. Red Haven is the kind of the old standby peach, and all the peaches that are out there are rated according to when the Red Haven peach comes in. Now, it's either a -10, which means it comes in 10 days before the Red Haven. It's a +8, which means it comes in 8 days after the Red Haven. So Red Havens are absolutely delicious if they're at the right stage of ripeness. They're cling-free, which means that the peach, the meat of the peach breaks away from the seed and doesn't hang on. The seed comes out clean, so it's easy to prepare them. Peach trees require a lot of sunshine. In fact, they thrive in areas where they can soak up sunshine all day long. They're called self-fruitful, which means that if you want to have a peach tree, you only need one tree. It self-pollinates.
Okay.
Many fruit trees will pollinate slightly if there's just one tree, but in general, like apple trees and sweet cherry trees and plum trees and a lot of pears, even a lot of them require two trees so that they can cross-pollinate. But the peaches are you can just plant one. Now, one of the problems that you have with peach trees is that they're fairly cold sensitive. They're one of the more cold sensitive trees that we have in our area. So you can get, for example, I didn't get any peaches this year. Last winter, took care of all the peach blossoms, froze them off. So I had absolutely no blossoms this spring, and if you don't have blossoms, you don't have peaches. So we'll wait for another year on that. So the great majority of the peach trees in the state of Michigan are grown over on the west side of the state, where the open waters of Lake Michigan buffer the temperatures a little bit and keep that area a little warmer than we get in the central part of the state. And on top of that, a lot of them are grown on high ground. There's up around Grand Rapids, there's a place called Peach Ridge, which is just on the west side of Grand Rapids. It's high ground because cold air is heavier than warm air, and it settles into the valley. So if you're up on the ridge, you will get a little benefit from that and not have your peaches freeze out.
Now, Branch County used to have a number of apple orchards.
They used to have some peach orchards
Did they?
too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right across the road from the station here used to be a big orchard, Chevetis's.
Yeah.
There's a big apple orchard. They had some peach trees, some cherry trees. On the corner of Fisk Road and State Street I forget what that orchard was, but they had peach trees there for a while. I've planted peach trees. I've got about 6 peach trees now, and I lose one, and then try again. And if you really, it's like with any fruit. If you're really anxious about getting the fruit, go buy a bushel from a commercial grower. It's a lot cheaper, a lot easier. But I'm just a sucker for. I love to be mowing the lawn and go by the peach tree, pick a fresh peach, and eat it. So it's really really fun to do. Now, an established tree needs to be fertilized a couple of times a year. If you're fresh planting a tree, you want to add some fertilizer. It's a balanced fertilizer, like 10, 10, 10, 13, 13, 13, 20, 20, 20. About a pound around a tree, and put it out right around the drip line of the tree. That's where the edge of the tree, where the water on the edge of the tree would fall to the ground. So that's generally the area you want to put it in. Now, the farther south you go, the less, if you're in Florida, you probably can't. You can grow peach trees, but you can't get peaches down there because peach trees have what's called chill hours, and that means the number of hours below 45 degrees that is required in order for the tree to set fruit, and that usually happens between 1st of November and middle to the end of February. So, and if you don't have enough chill hours for the particular variety of tree you're growing, it won't set fruit. So most varieties will grow well here. If you move further south, you have to do a little research and see, can I grow and fruit Red Haven tree peaches in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia. Georgia is the big peach state down there.
Yeah, but with the super cold temperatures, though, harm them as well. Though.
Yeah, if the chill hours, now it's below 45, but anything below minus 15 for a couple of days, automatically will just zap all of them. And you can actually kill the tree if you get enough really cold temperatures. Luckily, we haven't had those kind of temperatures recently. We got cold enough last winter, as I said, blew all my blossoms off. But the other thing that you want to be careful with, I don't mind sharing my peach with 1 or 2 worms, but I try to get a little spray on them to try and control the worms a little bit. The biggest thing that I find with peaches is disease, especially a disease called peach leaf curl, which causes the leaves to get a little gnarly and they turn a little pinkish, reddish, pinkish colored, and then dry up and fall off. So you need to control the disease on them one way or other. I try to spray about the 1st and the 15th of each month with a home orchard spray or a particular spray that's designed specifically for peach leaf curl. And you can go on the internet or go on Michigan State's extension website and find out what's now available that we can spray to control peach leaf curl or any other diseases.
Kent Neitzert in the garden with us talking peaches today. We'll talk that or anything else you want to real quick here, 279-1590 if you got a question for Kent in the garden.
When you have an occasion to buy flowers, does where you shop make a difference? Well, if knowledgeable sales personnel, quality of product, and value for the dollars you spend are important to you, then it's important you make Neitzert's Greenhouse and Florist your florist. Whatever the occasion, wherever you need to send flowers, call Neitzert's at 278-4148 and let them take care of your order. They'll handle your needs with a personal and professional touch and stand behind the work to your satisfaction. Call Neitzert's today or stop out on Fisk Road, 1/2 mile south of US 12, and see if you don't agree that there is a difference, and the difference is Neitzert's.
Talking peaches with Kent Neitzert in the garden. So planting a peach tree then, obviously you're probably getting that from a nursery to plant that. How many years does it take for that to kind of set before you'd actually get
Well, it kind of depends
peaches?
on how old the tree is that you buy. The bigger the tree, the older it is, and the longer it has been in the nursery. The last 2 that I bought were in flower at the time I bought them. Now I had aborted all those flowers after I planted it, but they would have borne fruit this year.
Okay.
Except Mother Nature fouled that one up. So they're pretty quick. I would say within 2 to 3 years you should be getting fruit off of it. One of the things you do with peaches, you want to prune them and open up the center of it. So there's a special look you want to get when you prune a peach tree, and so it's different than the way you prune an apple tree. So you want to do a little research and find out what you want to do with that. Also, you can. I try to prune them anymore so that I don't have to get up on a ladder to pick peaches or climb a tree, so that I can reach it from the ground. So I take the top out of the tree and keep it low. And you want to usually pick the longer. If you let the peaches stay on the tree till they're dead ripe, they are most flavorful. But if you're not careful, you miss it by a day and they're laying on the ground with a big bruise on them and a brown spot. So generally, I would recommend you pick it a couple of days early, because they will ripen off of the tree. You take them over and lay them on the picnic table or someplace in the shade where the sun doesn't get at them, and allow them to ripen a little bit more, and then they're ready to go.
And keep them away from the raccoons.
Yes. That too. I haven't had trouble. Most of the raccoons that we find in our area can't climb trees yet, but, well, they don't climb the peach tree anyway. It's too easy to get the sweet corn.
There you go. Ken Neitzert in the garden. You can catch him Thursday mornings right here on the radio, but then, of course, during the week and the weekends, catch him at the greenhouse 1.5 miles south of US 12 on Fisk Road.
Out in my garden, it's a lovely place to go. Out in my garden, watching nature grow. My garden is the place I go to let my troubles go. So let's go in the garden and see what we should know.